Hi everyone, and welcome to week 2 of Writing 213. This week we're getting started on our second module, which will go from weeks 2 to week 6, and this is our career research paper. I have posted the readings and the assignments, although I will go back later on and add a video at the beginning of each week for additional explanation. But you can see all the assignments that will come up to the career research project. So I suggest that you start this unit by opening the career research project, reading the assignment really carefully, and that way you know what you're working towards over the next few weeks. So this is about a 1,000 to 1,250 words in APA style, and I want you to pick a career that interests you, and you're going to research that career through the work for this project. So you can read the important characteristics, your audience, and some important points about the paper here. So go ahead and make sure you read this carefully and ask me any questions you have about the career research project. You'll get to look at some samples this week. So this week, for week 2, I have some reading for you from the Consortium Library. You'll have to log in order for these articles to show up. The login for the library is the same as your University of Alaska email and password. So I have also included templates from the They Say I Say templates, which are really important features for interacting with texts. And that's an important characteristic of academic writing in this class is, you can say things, but you don't have a whole lot of authority behind you yet. At least most of you don't. But when you can add sources of authoritative information to back up your claims, then you're engaging by the rules of academic writing. So hopefully you'll enjoy this reading and find it important for your project. The first thing that you're going to do this week for assignment is this large group workshop. We'll have a large group project workshop for each of the major projects, so you get to see some examples and interact with your peers. So the explanation for the assignment is here. We can't see our own strengths and weaknesses as writers, but when we depend on our readers, they can show us what is working and what needs revision. And so it's really important to me and to your growth as a writer that you really work on highlighting what the writer is doing well. So often we get focused on workshopping, looking for tiny mistakes like comma errors or spelling errors. Those are tiny things you can go ahead and point out if you see them, but we really want to focus on noticing what the writer is doing well, what the writer can do to improve, and kinds of questions that you have about the text. And if you would like me to answer them directly, you can go ahead and tag me in the question. So you'll use the commenting feature, and that's this little blue. Oh, actually I don't have this document set. Let me toggle over to this other document. So we're all going to work in this document here to workshop this paper together. This is a paper a former student wrote who gave me permission to use it anonymously as an example. So you can see that Jane Doe wrote her career research project, and I don't know, let's say for example, you have questions about the abstract. You could make a comment here and say, I think that the abstract is, moving in the right direction, but it could use some additional details from the text. So that might be a comment that you write here. But I want you to read this paper, see it as an example, not a perfect example, no writing is perfect, but this is a solid paper. The student did well. So read through this. I want you to comment, noticing what the writer's doing well, what you might suggest for revisions, and questions that come up. You might pay special attention to the references at the end and the way that the writer is interacting with source material. This week you are also going to read and review one source of information about your career research. So once you've settled on your topic, you're going to start doing some research about it. And one of your assignments this week is to find a source related to your project, add a full APA reference entry, give me a half-page summary of the source, and then explain why you chose it and why it's important to your paper. So you'll notice that I have provided the assignments that are due in weeks 3, 4, and 5, but I would like you to not work too far ahead. Don't turn in the assignments for week 3 already, because I'll provide you some additional explanation. You can start thinking about them, but I don't want you to turn them in super early. I hope you're all doing well and that this career research project is beneficial to you, and I look forward to working with you on it. Make sure you let me know if you have any questions as we move forward. Have a great day, everyone.